Hi everyone, thanks for checking out this lesson on Move the Kid 2.0 by Busted Feet Simple Plan. If you haven't done so already, please check out the playthrough video, which will be the previous one uploaded, to see how it's played and to have a listen. This song is in standard tuning. It's fairly simple to play with some open chords, with some power chords, and really there's only one bar chord that you have to play, but I do generally play a couple more bar chords, but they're the standard ones, you know, just the standard major and minor bar chords from the 5th and 6th string. Okay, so let's get into it. The intro, we're playing this A note here on the 4th string on the 7th fret. Now for this, we actually need to do a little bit of palm muting with this hand, and for those that don't know what it is, so you use the heel of your hand here, and you rest it on the bridge just where the strings come out of the saddles here. And if I take my hand off and just play the open string, here's no palm muting. As I move my hand forward and it starts to touch the strings, you hear it choke up a bit. So none here. Starting to choke up a bit, right? And if I go too far, you're not going to get any sound at all. It's just going to be a percussive sound. Now different songs call for different amounts of palm muting. And this one actually calls for some very, very light palm muting in the intro. So we still want the note to ring out just a little bit. We don't want it completely choked up like that. We want it just slightly. The rhythm that we're playing is this. Now how we count that is, the first 3 beats we're going to be playing on downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, right? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to miss the 4th beat but play the and of the 4th, so that'll be an upstroke. 2, 3, 4, and. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And then we're going to be playing 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to be playing 4 and after. So that's, if I do it slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, we want to repeat that 4 times. So the rhythm is this again. Remember, with a little bit of palm muting. Okay, now the verse is actually extremely similar to the chorus. So the verse we're going to be playing power chords on. And you'll notice that the rhythm is very, very similar to the intro that we did with that, but just a little bit different. So it's an A power chord. Now you can do this here. So you can play 0 on the 5th string, 2 on the 4th string, and if you want to, 2 on the 3rd string as well. I'm going to be playing it up here on the 5th fret, which is 5, 7, and 7. A, E, and A. And for this, the counting is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and. Now, when we're playing this, we actually want to mute the notes in between that ring and L. So up to speed, it'd be. You notice I'm using this hand between the gaps in the rest, like on the 4. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So we're playing the A chord, and then we're going to be going to an E, essentially an E major chord, over a G sharp bass. Now you see this a lot in music, and this is because generally the seventh chord in the key is going to be a diminished chord, and we don't really use that much in in pop, to be honest, especially not functioning as a 7 chord. It's usually as a 2 in a minor 2-5-1. But to still incorporate this and use a bit of a bass movement, we end up putting that bass over top of the 5 chord, because this is the major third of the 5 chord, right? The G sharp here is the third of the E chord, so we can do that. And you'll see this everywhere. It's the same as like if you're in a key of G and you go to a D major over F sharp. Exactly the same thing. We get to use that bass as 7th degree of the scale. Okay, so A power chord, E over F sharp. Now the notes for this are 4 on the 6th string, 7 on the 5th string, and 6 on the 4th string. And the notes are G sharp, E, and G sharp. Then we go down to an F sharp power chord. Same rhythm. Notes are 2 on the 6th string, 4 on the 5th string, and 4 on the 4th string. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp. And then we jump up to a D power chord, which is on the 5th string, and it's 5th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 4th string, and 7th fret, 3rd string. D, A, D. And exactly the same rhythm. So play that all together for the verse. Okay, nice. Now the pre-chorus, there's actually 2 guitars going on here. The guitar I've picked is like the arpeggio sounding guitar. Now, I have a feeling, I'm pretty sure this is like a D sus2 chord they're playing. And what I do is just play the bass note. Well, first of all, actually, the D sus2 chord is like a D major bar chord, or you can do your D major chord down here. And just take off your middle finger for sus2, but I can hear this high note in it, which is why I chose this bar chord. And you'd be barring your 1st finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, and your 3rd finger will be on the 7th, just like a power chord, right? Exactly the same as a power chord, but we're barring with this, so we get the 5 and the 5 on the 1st and 2nd string, so the A and the E here. And I go from the 5th string, the bass string, and then pick up the top 3 strings, so the A, the E, and the D there. We play that twice, and then the next chord is an A, but I can hear the bass playing the C sharp, which is a 3rd of A. So what I'm going to be playing is an inversion, the first inversion of an A major chord. So it's got your A here. You could once again just play a standard A chord here if you want to. But I'm going to play the A barring with my 1st finger and my 3rd finger on the 4th fret, 5th string for that C sharp. Once again, bass note, and then actually I'm not going to be picking that top E string. Same thing, and then I'm just going to slide up and end up playing this E major chord. It's just, if you know your K shape, it's a C shape E major chord. You've got your E here. You could also just play your E major chord there, or an E major chord here. So you have a couple of options, right, depending on what you can play and what you find comfortable doing. Because my hand is in this shape anyway, it's fine for me just to go and play this C shape here. Now if you want to play this one, your little finger is going to be on the 5th string, 7th fret, the E note. 3rd finger is going to be on the 4th string, 6th fret, and that's going to be your G sharp. Your 1st finger is going to be barring these top 3 strings. Okay, I think mine was on the top 4 strings because I came from the A, but it's going to be on the 3rd string and the 1st string barring those 2 notes, which gives you a B and a G sharp. And then your 2nd finger is going to be on the 2nd string, 5th fret, giving you an E. It's the same as this C shape right here. If you're like a normal C shape, if your 1st finger is behind it. Okay, and then we get into the chorus. Now the chorus is really the same chords as the verse. But what I do, because I feel like this is what would happen anyway, is I've turned them into fuller chords. So instead of just playing an A bar chord, I'm now playing an A major chord. I'm playing the bar chord here, but what you could do, absolutely, is play it down here. And instead of muting the notes, the rests, I'm just strumming and playing the whole thing and letting it all ring out. So the A, I turn into an A major. The other G sharp, I just play really the power chord. Otherwise, I'd need to rearrange my fingers, and I don't know. You could definitely do that, okay? And then down to an F sharp minor chord. So you're barring the entire thing. It's just same position and place as all of these power chords that we played. And then I got up to the D, and I actually just play the D sus2 again, because it sounds wonderful. So if I play through those, right, now if you struggle a little bit with these bar chords, you could definitely play it down here. If you're going to play the E over G sharp, I would probably just leave out the bass note, because it's just ridiculous to have to do this, right? So I just play an A, E, F sharp minor, and D sus2 like this. Easy, right? So you play that twice, and then there's kind of like a little outro on the end of the chorus where you just play an A major bar chord, 4 bars, the same rhythm. Right, and then you go back to the verse, you play the verse, you play the pre-chorus, and then you play the chorus again. So you repeat all of those things. A very standard form. Now the next thing you're going to be going to is the bridge. This starts on the F sharp minor. Once again, it's the same rhythm as the chorus. Sorry. Actually, I lied. It's not exactly the same. We're going to be playing on the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. It's essentially the same, right? I think with this song, especially in the chorus and the bridge, if you wanted to add in some more strumming, you can absolutely do that. It's not going to sound bad. I would just really try and play the accents where you can hear the drum kick and the snares. So we've got the F sharp minor, goes to an E, to a D, and a D again, and then it changes to an E in the last bar. Just come down a bit. F sharp minor to an E, to a D, and you stay on a D a bit longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, so you play that through that twice, and then we're just going to play the same chord progression, but strum it once. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay, and then the E, and then it's exactly the same chords as the chorus if you wanted to play them, but I chose to play the octaves in the video, which are. You can either use your first and third finger. I use my first and pinky, or my forefinger. We're starting on the 11th fret. So your first finger is going to be on the 11th fret, 5th string, and your third or little finger is going to be on the 3rd string, 13th fret. So the same note, right, a G sharp. We're going from the 11th to the 12th fret. Now you can really strum every 8th note if you wanted to. Right, so you could go. But I generally tend to leave like the 3rd beat of each bar as a quarter note. So one and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So kind of breaks up the rhythm a little bit. It hits. It's the same like with the snare and in the drum beat. So Okay, if I play it slowly, we're going to go from the 11th to the 12th, 12th to the 14th, back to the 11th, to the 12th, and then to the 7th, 1 beat, 5, back up to the 7th, then you'll repeat the whole thing again. To the 14th, 11th, 12th, 7, 5. And then you jump straight back into the chorus and you repeat it essentially. Well, it's 4 times properly, but then the 5th time is a fade. So you really play it, just repeat it until the fade. Back to the chorus. So, alright, very, very simple. Okay, that's how you play it. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below in the video, and I will get back to you. If you'd like to access all the tabs to this song, there's a couple of pages of tabs. Please head over to the Patreon where you can download them. And if you haven't, please subscribe and like the video. It really helps. And I release videos nearly every single week. So thanks very much for checking it out, and see you next time.